Hi, my name's Kit Davey, and I'm excited to teach you how to make this wonderful squash book. I am an artist, book artist, living in Redwood City. That's where my studio is. Kit Davey. This is my email address, and if you're on Instagram, my handle is DaveyKit, and this is my website. So I have more classes that you can find out about if you look for me in one of these different ways. So this is the book we're going to make today. It's really cool. It has a wonderful fold that's connected, 3 different folds connected. And the fun thing about this book is you can scale it down. Once you know how to make the book, you can make it smaller, or you could make it larger. So what you need to make this book are some scissors, a pencil with an eraser, a ruler, a glue stick, and if you have a bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, that's okay. So those are the tools that you need. And to create the book, you'll need 3 pieces of paper, 4.5 inches square. And what I'm using today is paper that is printed on both sides. And other paper that you could use printed or has color on both sides is just plain cardstock, or perhaps something from an atlas, dictionary pages or pages from a book, or a music score. So it's nice to have paper that's printed on both sides, but it doesn't have to be. As you can see, this book only has printing on one side. And so those are for the pages, 3 pieces of paper, 4.5 inches square, and then 2 pieces of mat board. And if you don't have mat board, you can just use something from your recycling bin. Not corrugated cardboard, but some kind of packaging. Okay, so you'll need 2 pieces that are 2.25 inches square. And then you'll need 2 additional pieces of paper to cover your covers that are 3 inches square, because we don't want just to have naked mat board for the covers. We want to cover our covers. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how to do the folds. It's a squash fold. You can see that it's a unique sort of fold. So I am going to start with the pretty side up. This is the side that I'd like to see when I first open the book. It's going to be this one right here. So I start with the pretty side up. I fold my paper in half, score it, or use my bone folder, spin it 45 degrees, open it up, fold it again in half, open it up, and now I'm going to fold on the diagonal, the 2 opposite points getting folded towards each other. Give it a good scoring. And then comes the fun folding part. So it's a little hard to see with this paper, but there's a little triangle here and a triangle here. So I'm going to take this crease and push it down in between and put it inside that little area there and give it a little squeeze. Then I'm going to do the same on this side. Push it down and fold it. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate that again. Pretty side up. I fold it in half, open it up, spin it 90 degrees, I think it is. Open it up, then fold it to create a triangle. And when it's in this triangular shape, I'm going to create a new fold by pushing this fold down, and in between these 2 sides, I bring this fold over to that fold and give it a good squeeze. And then I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to push down on this crease, push it in between those 2 sides, give it a good fold. Okay, and I'm going to use a different paper for the middle. But if I were using the same paper we had the first page and the last page are the same, and the middle page would be folded in the reverse, so that you have the pretty side folded on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half again. So I'm using contrasting paper. You can use all three of the pages exactly the same if you want. And now I've got my books all lined up, my pages lined up in the order that I want them to be glued together. So I'm going to take my first page, and with my glue stick, I'm going to put glue on the right side of the first page. Give it a good slathering, much more glue than you think you're going to actually need. Make sure it's really covered. And then I take the second page, and at the intersection where all these folds are that come to a point, I'm going to glue that to the open side of the first page. Position it. Kind of slide it around and get it in the right spot. Oops, I got a little glue right there. Okay, and so there's my first page, my second page. Now the third page, I'm going to put glue on the side of the second page. And once again, I'm going to match up a folded side with an open side. Okay, this is the last page. I'm gluing it to the middle page. There are creases here, but this part is open. So I'm gluing an open frog mouth to the folded intersection and lining it up as best I can, creasing it. Okay, so that's my text block, or the pages, glued together. Now what we're going to do is cover the covers. So we take our 2 1/4 inch piece of mat board, and we're going to slather it with glue from our glue stick. And I think I want this on the outside, so I'm going to glue this like that. And to make this fit snugly, I need to give it a little haircut before I wrap the pages around it. I just angled in a little bit, and I leave a little tiny bit right there of paper as I angle in. I'm doing that on all 4 sides. And then I take my glue stick, and I am going to glue 2 parallel sides together first. Give it a good squeeze. You could use a liquid glue for this too, like PVA or Mod Podge or Elmer's. I'm using a glue stick, and you can use a glue stick too. Okay, and then I'm going to poke in a little bit with my fingernails there, because there's a little bit of extra, which is important because we want to totally wrap around and cover the covers. Okay. Put a little bit more glue there. I'm really pressing hard because I want to get a good adhesion. So you see how I've covered one of the covers. And now I'm going to do that with the second one. I slather it with glue. More glue than I think I'm going to need. And I'm going to put that on the cover paper I'm using to cover the cover. Slide it around a little bit so it comes out straight. Burnishing it with my finger. If you have a brayer, you could use that too. Going to give it another little haircut. I'm going to wrap this around after I glue it. I'm just going to put glue on all 4 flaps in the interest of time. I'm squeezing it down really well. I am folding the opposite sides from each other because we're stretching it across that mat board. We want a nice tight fit. Go. So now I have all the components of my book prepared. I've got the covers and the pages, my text block, which are going to go on the inside. So I'm going to put glue on the outside of this first page. I'm going to really slather it on. And as I said, you can use a liquid glue with a paintbrush to get a long-lasting and archival attachment. So I take that, I put it on the inside cover, and then do the same thing here. The second page, glue that down. And voila. Oops, it's not cooperating. There we go. We have a wonderful squash fold book. So here are the materials again that you need. Scissors, pencil, ruler, glue stick, or wet glue, and the sizes of paper. And if you want to know more about the classes I teach, that's my website address, found-object-art.com. My Instagram handle, I post a book a day to Instagram. And if you have further questions or want to contact me in person, that is my email address. Great. Thanks very much and have fun making books. Bye.